coming from the LMHRA, that's the Liberia Medicines and Health Products Regulatory Authority. They're in studio already. We have pharmacist Morrison Tamba. He is the manager for Region 3. Momo Sion is the communications manager. Abraham Morris, the assistant communications manager, and Machi, communications officer. They're already here. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Great. Let's first start off with, briefly knowing about the LMHRA. Any of you who start?
Yeah, okay, so I will start. So thank you once more, Varflay, and happy Thanksgiving Day to.
Yeah, you want to bring the
Happy Thanksgiving Day to all that bring wherever we are, as we go about celebrating and giving thanks to God for His grace upon our country, especially in this period as we go through our national elections. We want to ask all Liberians to remain peaceful, to remain loyal party, especially on this day that we assemble at our various places of worship and give praises and adoration to God for His countless blessings upon our lives as we celebrate this wonderful day. The LMHRA. The LMHRA was established in 2010 by an act of the legislature, and the purpose of this institution is to protect the public against unsafe and falsified medicines or substandard medicines, if you may, on the Liberian market, because medication is one of the key components of human existence. For the mere fact that we all get sick.
Yeah.
So once you get sick, you need remedy, and this remedy is medication. And how do we get it, and how is it consumed? The government laboratory wise to institute an organization or an entity that will ensure that it is regulated, so that when you take it, it can give you the necessary benefit for which you take it, especially given that medication is also a commercial commodity, and people might want to use it for profiteering or commercial purposes. So you will need people who are trained and have the necessary expertise to safeguard it, because it is being consumed by humans. So in 2010, the government of Liberia, through the national legislature, authority-wise, to establish this institution for the regulation of medical or pharmaceutical products in Liberia.
Great. Let's also announce that this program is relayed on OKFM, Sky FM, and Banner FM in Monrovia. So, we've known about the LMHRA, the establishment, and its function. Can we, know the departments, the various departments that enhance the operation of the organization?
Yeah, Varflay, thank you again. With the LMHRA, we have 4 technical departments.
Okay.
That is the quality control lab, which is in Carisborough. And the quality control lab is a backbone of the institution, where we do all our testing, medical and health products. And we also have the registration department, evaluation and registration department. We have the pharmacovigilance department, the office, the headquarters on Mapa Point. On the pharmacovigilance department, we also have another department that is responsible for inspection, which is the inspectorate department.
Okay.
Yes.
So all these departments, they are there, have separate functions.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Like like I said, the quality control lab is responsible for testing, and the registration department, where we do all our registration, medicines and health products. Before you bring any medicine in this country, it had to be registered.
Yeah.
So the evaluation department is responsible for that. Before then, they have to go and see where you carrying this medicine and where the medicine comes from before registering the medicine.
Okay.
Then we also have the PV department, which is a pharmacovigilance department. It conducts safety monitoring of medicines and health products. Coordinate with other agencies on the monitoring of other drugs reactions and other medical products.
Okay, that are brought in the country. Anyway, let's come to you, Mr. Tamba. You are the manager for Region 3. Region 3 is what?
Region 3 comprised of Grand Cape County, Bomi, and Buffalo.
Okay, and what do you do there?
Okay, first of all, I want to extend thanks and appreciation to the team and you, the moderator, Brother Dollar, and we want to say hi to
Varflay Kamara.
Varflay Kamara, brother. We also want to extend thanks and appreciation to our Liberian populace for today's date. Happens to be the Thanksgiving. Okay, back on track. I am Morrison A. Tamba Senior. I am the manager for Region 3. And Region 3 comprises of 3 counties in the Western Belt.
Okay.
That is Grand Cape County, where our office is based at Bowaterside. And we stay at Bowaterside and monitor the other 2 counties, Bomi and Buffalo. And we are strictly there to regulate medicines, pharmaceutical medicines, medical devices, and cosmetics.
Okay. So, Region 3, just to talk about plans to extend the operations of the LMHRA in other counties, is it that region the only area right now, any of you, where the LMHRA is operating?
So, Varflay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I think you get it rightfully from the team. We are basically here today to, talk about the progress made by the institution, where we made it, and how far we are. So you make specific reference to the issue of decentralization of the institution, right?
Yeah.
So currently what we have, you have Region 3 managers here. So as part of the institution decentralization strategy, where we made it, we did not have, for example, having people or employee being assigned at RIA. Today, you have team of elementary staff have been assigned to RIA, Rob Bullock's points. You have the Region 3 managers here. You have another group of people. At the Cape Mount, Nima, and other area. So in terms of decentralization,
so there are how many regions?
So we you have Region 3. So we do have
3 regions.
We do have 3 regions, right?
Okay.
Because these regions, these are polarizing points.
Oh, okay.
So if, for example, you need to institute a measure to ensure that drugs coming from places that, Guinea, has been tackled by our staff there.
Yeah.
You have drugs coming from Sierra Leone. You have our staff that will also be able to tackle them to be able to see, because these are polar points. You have drugs coming in the country, because these are means people can use to influence, narcotics and what have you.
Yeah.
So our team is there. They are doing extremely well. They are tackling and giving a perfect result. So in terms of decentralization, we are very decentralized. Before, we did not have people assigned at the RIA, like I said, people in inferior counties and what have you. So in terms of decentralization, I think we have tried our possible best. Like we speak in the not too distant future, the institution is trying to put mechanisms into place to ensure that we tackle the southeastern region. Because Maryland is Bulawayo Africa.
Yeah.
So we have our team there, the good work the guys are doing, the RIA, the good work the guys are doing, the western region, we can also get a better result coming from all the southeast. So plans are on the way. Management is looking at that very seriously to ensure that drugs coming from Africa is being strictly tackled by our team there.
Okay.
Very soon that will be on course.
So Abraham, what's the importance of the decentralization? You think what it would do for the entity?
Yeah, okay, Varflay, thank you again. Like the colleagues have said, you see, the by law, the act established in the elementary area, drugs should not come through border points because of the condition under which these drugs come in the country. There are specific guidelines as to how drugs should be imported in the country. And according to the regulations and policies of the LMHRA, they should only come through the airport and the seaport. And there are certain mechanisms and measures put into place to ensure that these drugs come. So the essence of decentralization is to ensure that people do not illegally bring in pharmaceuticals through border points, especially land borders. Because it is totally prohibited. And business people will always want to find a way around to get even in terms of profiteering. And given that they should not come through land border, and due to the porosity of our borders, so the NHRA thought it wise to also institute measure as part of as part of the overall regulatory policy to get technical and administrative men at these particular points, so that we show that medications are not smuggled through the borders. Because Varflay, you've been on the team of all, you see sometimes how these medications are brought. People will be bringing the beta ball, the pepper, and because they don't want to pay taxes at the RIA or the free port, so they will smuggle these medications among the pepper, beta ball, or other commodity, what you may call it, and bring it in the country in the condition under which these medications are coming, and not what it should be coming through. Because it will come on what the technical people will call harsh condition. This harsh condition will mean if you put pepper, pepper has heat, and you took medication, you put them in, and all medications have certain level of temperature at which they should be stored or maintained. So if you took 3-4 days, you got paracetamol or any other medical product and mix up with pepper, the first thing the ingredient from that pepper will destroy the effect of the medication. Okay. So the NHRA thought it wise to ensure that we have men at our various borders, so that they can also help to inspect and ensure that people don't smuggle medication, because the medication are being consumed by the Liberian populace.
Yeah,
and I think I think they are actually doing extremely well. They are actually doing extremely well, because in time past, you actually used to see the influx of harmful substance in this country. But since the guys have been deployed, and I think they are doing extremely well. And kudos to them. The guys at RIA, the guys at the points in region, they are doing extremely well.
Okay, that's the essence. Yeah.
Also, the LRA and the immigration, they are also helping us, working along with the teams there to the border points, make sure they inspect all cars of vehicles that are coming in the country to Sierra Leone or Guinea. Make sure all the products are in there, get it from there, and our team inspect.
Yeah. So I was saying that's the significance of the decentralization. But let me come to you, Mr. Tamba. When you confiscate these health products, for example, what do you do? Do you bring them to town for testing, or you test them there? Do you have testing laboratory there?
Okay. Thank you so much. First of all, I want to make one thing here clear. We're talking about drugs, we're talking about medicines. So basically, we're talking about medicines. Yeah. Drugs are chemical substances. When taken, they alter the mental state of the person. Okay. The mental, the psychological state. Medicines are chemical substances that, when taken, they help to cure, prevent, and diagnose. So basically, it's medicines. I'm impressed with the team. They keep coming in with drugs, so just to straighten that. Oh, yeah. So we're talking about medicines, pharmaceutical medicines. Yeah. So you said that when we confiscate these medicines, we have confiscated tons of medicines at the border, at the waterside border.
And not one of the busiest.
Yeah, one of the busiest. And it is not only at waterside. There are other poorer border points along the Sierra Leone, Liberia, and in Cape Mount. We have confiscated these products, and whenever we get it, we get these medicines, we document them, and then we call at head office at the PMS, the inspectorate department, where we transport these medicines. And when they are brought there, some of these medicines that we actually confiscate, some may be of good substance. That is the active ingredient may be good. So if the persons make a follow-up, they go to the office, these medicines are tested through the quality control lab. And then you have to pay because you are breached. No medicine should come by land border. Okay? So, but those ones that are said to be substance, they're not good at all. They are taken also at the incineration site, and they are burned off. Okay. Yeah. So there are two types of medicines we collect. There are some we have good active ingredients, but it is being tested by our team, quality control team, and then whosoever that own those medicines, they will pay the funds, and then they will give the products to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just wanted to know how you do your testing when you get these medicines. How you do them. Now, what has been the experience from from I mean with you from the border when you get them? Who are those actually bring those medicines?
Okay, so at the border we have six member team, including the driver.
Okay.
The driver is also being coached, especially when we go out for inspection. He serves as a security. He serves as a transporter, because when we confiscate these things, you need manpower to move it to the car.
Yeah.
So the team is there. We're strong enough, and whenever these medicines are confiscated, what we do is that they are documented. Okay, we have our ledgers.
The quantity.
Yeah, the quantity, the batch number. But some of those medicines that are falsified medicines don't have batch number. That's one of the things we try to enlighten the public. Right now, LMHRA, what they have done is that any importer that bringing in pharmaceutical products, okay, once the samples are brought and tested and qualified, and they give you the go ahead to bring them, you have to put your institution stamp on it. So that's one way you will understand that yet indeed this medicine have been tested.
Okay.
So this is just for the general public. You must look at the medicine, the label, and see the importer. A particular importer name will be there. Like, for example, you have T. Chotrin and Son, or you have Big Head Pharmacy, Lockheed, and what have you. Okay, their stamp will be there. Okay. So these medicines are documented, and once they are documented, there are 3 different sheets. We're going to leave one of those sheets in our ledger, and we give one to the owner, the guy who is bringing this medicine through the border. Okay, and then we attach one to the product that we want to transport to head office.
Okay.
So you got to make a follow up there, and we'll put a date there where you're supposed to go and to meet with the team at the head office. So you're going to go through the negotiation. If this product that been confiscated, it is actually genuine, they tell you what it entails. Okay, because it is followed by fine. You have to even bring, because it's illegal. You have to pay for an import license.
Or permit.
A permit. And when they do all of that, you have to pay for these products, the testing fees. Okay. When the products go through all of that, okay, you pay for these fees and what have you, and the product pass through the quality control lab. They are given to you.
But do you? I'm still with you because you are the technical person. But do you, at the border after confiscation or after do you know right away that the product, the medicine, they are illegal, they are not, they are substandard, or you have to bring them in town and test them before?
Okay, probably before Pharmacy Tama or continue, I just want to say, like I said earlier, by law, no one should bring medicine through land borders.
Okay.
So whether
so that's the first breach.
That's the first breach.
Okay.
That's the first breach. You should not bring it by land border. The regulation says by air or sea.
I see. Okay.
So that's the first regulation. So once they see it, whether it is good or not, the first thing they do is confiscate, because it is the first violation.
Okay.
From there, then they do the other technical details that follows.
Okay.
So from this,
So all in the future, we intend to extend the work of the regional office, where we have a testing lab out those border, okay, in time to come. So people will be trained and they will augment the manpower. But for some basic things that we don't really tell the owner of the products, we look at the products. There are some other things that we look at and know that the product is not it's a falsified medicine, but we don't really tell you.
Okay.
Like what he have just said, we document it and we tell you need to make a follow up at the office. Okay. So we look at the batch, because some of those products that are falsified, they don't have batch number. If a medicine comes without batch number, then that alone you should start to think as professional person. If it does not have an expiry date, some of these medicines will come that will confiscate the border, don't have expiry date. Okay. And there's another medicine, the amodiaquine. It's a monotherapy. It's a one therapy. All anti-malarial medicine should have is combination. It should either be artemether or lumefantrine. Like one falsified substandard medicine that is coming in the country, but it's not coming through the border, it's passing through the porous border. And when we see it on the market, we confiscate it, is this amodiaquine. Okay. That's a product. There is no manufacturer company name on it. And a lot of things are now saying So that one, it doesn't go even under testing. Once we see it, we just send it up and ready for incineration.
Okay. Momo, is Liberia producing her own medicine?
Oh yes, Liberia now producing our own medicine. We have the global pharmaceutical. Is located on Galway.
Okay.
It's Uma Dado Si Nasi Ulinyama.
Wow.
And yeah, Liberia is currently producing.
Is it an achievement?
Yeah, great achievement for the country. A very great achievement.
So
it's the first since 1847, right? From Zetama.
Right. Sure.
We are producing our own medicine now.
That's a milestone.
Yeah.
So if it's produced there, do they go under test as well?
They work along with the LMHRA. They work along with the current.
Yeah, Varflay, they do go on a test. I mean,
despite being produced.
NHR was the one that licensed that pharmaceutical company.
Okay.
That stop the company from sending her product to the lab for testing. You should know first that particular place was established for commercial purpose. That's medication that is being manufactured and sold to the public, right? So it has to go through all the necessary regulatory or inspections and policy that all other medications that are imported go through. So they do go to the quality control lab, they are tested, and if there are issues, management will communicate with the pharmaceutical company. It's not restricted to, if you bring 10 pharmaceutical companies in Liberia, they will go through the same regulatory
as the importation.
Yes.
Okay.
As the importation.
Yeah, so I'm not caught with the authority to explain that in detail because we got other specialized people in the building. But there's something they call the API, the active pharmaceutical ingredients. Okay. That is the main component that is mixed with that is placed in the medicine to make it more potent and efficacious. So that API is tested. In as much as it is tested from foreign country, when you land here,
it will have to
our
be
quality control lab should test it. So all other things like the binders, the flavored, and the powder, those are. But the API is the most important. That is the organic. That's the fulcrum. Yeah,
and that's what the LMHRA look for in the testing.
Yes.
And how often do you detect, or how often does the LMHRA detect falsified medicines or the lab, give red flag to some of the testing? Is it on the increase?
No. Like Pharmacy Thomas said, they are trained technicians at MHRA. But seeing the medicine, the physical medicine, right? And looking at certain details and specifics, they are able to detect that this medicine, because there are guidelines as to how these things should be manufactured or produced. So once they do the physical medicine and they see that certain guidelines are breached, they hold on to it. That's the first one. The second aspect is, if it was brought in the country, before it gets on the market, it has to go to the laboratory for testing to ensure that the APIs are correct and all other regulatory policies that should be instituted on that medication or scientific measure that should be instituted on medication are applied before they get out. So it wouldn't be on the increased one, because over time, the MHRA, especially on our manager, Ketura Smith, she ensured over time that there are adequate education. And Varflay, you've been with our team on several occasions. We've carried you in the field. We've carried journalists on tour of the lab.
Yeah,
we've carried people at the various borders to see how these things are done. So for now, there is some level of decrease in terms of importation of substandard and falsified medicine, to the extent that even those who are still violating, they are aware that there exists an institution called NHR, to the extent that when we go for inspection, you see them running. I think you've been with us several times. So they know that these policies are in place. They know that they should not do these things. But unfortunately, we have no challenge which has to do with the law. There isn't yet a law to punish those who are still bringing or selling or substandard and falsified medicine on the market. But in terms of education and awareness, it has been adequately provided through
And it's paying off.
through our jingles, through or live performances, through technical and communication people going in the field at local areas and explaining to the people. So obviously the rates at which substance enforceable medicine were flooded on the Liberian market, it is at a very lower decrease, even though it is not yet finished. But I can safely say with Dr. Chine's own intervention, especially where she focused mostly on her work to focus on education, because the work we do, in order for you to get the outcome, the people must be educated. If you say someone should not take substance or falsified medicine, you have to tell them why they should not take it. So since 2019 to now, there has been enough education, and there is still education to the extent we went ahead to do 11 jingles in our various vernaculars, and even we did jingles using comedians, using our local parlance, so that the people have a full understanding of the effect, the negative effect of consuming substance and falsified medicines, that our bucket boards, our black beggars. Because Varflay, yourself, I think you've been a victim of such thing. I remember an instance where your wife and you had to come to the office with some medication and you needed.
And I think it's fair to say that the LMHRA has been very robust in handling these kinds of issues. But I understand that there is a construction of ultra modern quality control lab. How's the construction?
Thank you, Varflay. Yeah, you got it right. It's currently going on. Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah.
The lab project is currently on at
Okay.
Kerisburg, and the first floor is on 75% completed, and the project is on. And that it costs about up to $8 million. Yeah, and thank God to the Liberian government. Thank for the Liberian government for that support. Also, Global Fund, they are very supportive, and they are the main sponsor of that project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Tama, you want to add what that lab will already?
Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll just talk about it a little bit. I'm not really caught with the quality control. Yeah.
Yeah, but
the lab there is a modern state of the art, one completed.
Yeah.
In fact, we even intend to test herbal medicines.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So that will be one of the milestones, when we start testing herbal medicines. But I want to divert a little bit later and go back to the interior where I'm coming from, where medicines regulations have been taking a real center stage.
Okay.
In rural Liberia, a lot of the young people tend to do medicines business thinking that they get a lot of money. Of course, they got money, but they are not even trained. Okay. And we have come across a lot of them who, in fact, have established their own businesses in their homes and treating people. And we try to break off this cartel. So we are doing a lot of work over there, not only minding the border to make sure that we confiscate falsified medicines through the border, but we have been going into the community, and we've been seeing a lot of stuff going on. Some of these guys who sell these medicines in buckets, they are just elementary dropout. Okay. And what it intend to even do, some of them are doing, they are giving injections, which is even dangerous to the community, the public health. Now, medicines can be falsified or substandard when you buy, if you don't store them properly. These medicines that have been tested, that have been brought in by importers, they are kept in a store, and they allow people to go and buy it. When they bring it out and they sell it in a bucket, that medicines will be substandard. It become falsified in the shortest possible time because of the storage. Okay. And these guys are roaming all over in Bapolu, Cape Mount, and Bome. It's not been easy, but because of our stiffness on hitting and arresting some of these buckets from them, some have now going back to build medicine stores.
Okay.
So that's a progress for the team.
Yeah.
There have been a couple of constructions going on as I speak to you, in Cape Mount. Well, in fact, the business there have been so much on a high increase, is dropping, like what AB have just told you. We are doing a lot of things going very, very well. Then another thing is that in the public clinics, medicines are not there. These are some of the things that those people tell us in the community.
Mhm.
If you go to the government clinic, there's no medicine there. So they will resort to buying medicines from these guys in the bucket. We said, no, you need to go in the shop. There's a nearby shop. So people are buying shops.
Mhm.
These very black beggars who are on the street because when we confiscate, that's one of the things I'm very proud of. When we confiscate, we don't give it back.
Mm.
Yeah, we don't take bribe. You know,
Mhm.
that's a best practice. Yeah, and we've been doing that over the years, and it is just uniform.
Okay.
Even in Region 2, that comprised of Lofa, Nimble, and Bond,
Mhm.
the team is doing a similar thing,
Okay.
even at our IA. So our work have been uniform. That's what I really enjoy. And people are now resorting to constructing these little facilities, and they have to be accredited by the pharmacy board because they have a team there that normally go in to
Okay.
make sure that these structures are up to date. But what LMHRA is involved in, we go after the medicines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if you just joined us, you're listening to the Super Morning Show on ELBC Radio. I have our guests coming from the Liberia Medicines and Health Products Regulatory Authority. Momo Sion is the communications manager. Pharmacist Morrison Tamba is the manager for Region 3, comprising Grand Cape Mounts, Bomi, and Bapolu. Abraham Morris, Assistant Communications Manager, and Machi Communications Officer. They're here answering our questions on the progress and the challenges at the LMHRA. Just before we take calls, any of you could just you remind us about some of the challenges faced at the LMHRA just before we take calls, Matt?
Oh, what about let me just intercept that. Before we go for the challenges, I mean it is important to just some of the most important significant progress we have made.
Mhm.
I mean, in time past, like we stated very from the very beginning, we have now had a decentralized LMHRA. Today we have. So that's progress made.
Mhm.
I mean, in terms of sharing the message to our people in time past, we have not heard the name LMHRA. At least to talk about the function of the institution.
Yeah.
So as part of our public awareness strategy, the institution has done significant through the Department of Communication by means of, AB Intimated. We have developed and created jingles in vernacular share in various counties, at least so that our people can get a message, so that they can stop buying medicines from pocket board. If you want to buy a medicine, you go to the drugstore or a well-conditioned, air-conditioned pharmacy. So with that, I think we have made significant progress. In terms of, staff development, I think LMHR has done extremely well. In terms past, we have now had the issue of, staff being transitioned to the national government payroll, but today, you can see such significant progress being made. And also, before, you have not seen the issue about LMHR be, the policies, all institutions have policies flying in the street.
Yeah.
Today, this management, under the stewardship of Ketura Chinny, she has instituted a measure where today staff can commute from Navira, junction. We got buses, utility buses there. We got 2 buses headed to the quality control lab in Carisprey. You got buses being designated to the staff at RRA. You have buses being designated to head office. So these are significant progress being made to us far. These are things that we did not experience that we have now had the opportunity of. So in terms of staff development nowadays and before, we have now had capacity building of staff. Today, under the stewardship of this management, you can see staff being capacitated, trainings are ongoing. These are significant progress being made thus far under the stewardship. In terms of vehicle utility, today you see Tama has been assigned to a well-conditioned land cruiser to enhance the work in the region. So these are things you see that have been going on. So we have utility vehicles being plowed in the street. These are all pulled out on enhancing our work when it comes to how effective and efficient we need to do our work. And also we have created, a street jamboree. A street jamboree in a sense where we take the message to the ordinary people. We have tackled schools in Liberia, schools, in region. We have gone to counties to provide the messages to our people. Because the thing is, the essence of this institution, like AB said, we are here to regulate. In terms of regulating, we must also educate. So we have had the opportunity to take the message to people. Like I said, we put it in a vernacular. I mean, to discourage the ordinary people because I think we have done extremely well in terms of mitigating the issue of bucket balls. In Tampa, you have seen a lot of boys selling medicine in plastic, but with our engagement, our consistent tackling of this, you can see it have been reduced a bit. So we have done extremely well in terms of that. So the only thing we have to say now, we need to talk to the Liberian people. The Liberian people should be able to discourage these guys. For example, if a man is selling, a medicine in pocket, if you decide not to buy from him today or tomorrow, obviously he wouldn't get a privilege, to come and sell again. So to totally mitigate, to curtail this, a level you, me, and everybody who are listening to be able to discourage, to stop buying medicine for the board. I think we have done extremely well in taking the message. Before, like I said, we have now had the name LMHRA, but today people know that LMHRA, want to see the capacity for the board, they can be running. So that's how far we are going. We are created, constructed, and a well-structured design, intimidation in the minds of the boss. Today you cannot see them selling. So that's progress we have made.
So you ask for challenges.
Yeah.
Like Mike
Just
said,
briefly before we go.
Yeah, briefly. Like Mike said, that's one of the challenge, right? Varflay, you been all like I all make reference to you. You go in the field.
Putting me in situation.
Yeah, because one part of what we do is that the MD ensure that independent journalists go to see the work so that they too are able to propagate, because you guys are the ones that educate and inform the public on the workings of various institutions, especially public institutions. So when you see me continually making reference to you, it's based on the fact that you've been in the field and have an experience of what we go through. We go to do arrests, especially the inspectorate department. You see the ordinary citizens are ganging against us for saving them. Oh, you're taking the poor livelihood from them.
And that's just possible funny. All of that I think in Raleigh, I saw Varflay running away when the woman started running. Obviously Varflay running. So Varflay dancing like every say strategy you have seen, you are evident to that.
But part of our challenges we have maybe even though generally government has had issue with funding, the MHRA, most of what is being done is locally generated from fees and fines, as well as licenses that are being given out. So MHRA get money from them, but MHRA need more money. Like we're talking about decentralization. If we must have an adequate decentralization, it requires a lot of things. It requires manpower. It requires funding. It requires a lot of logistics. So we still sorting out there. MD is still heading or here every day, writing proposals and knocking on partners to ensure that we have additional staff employed in all these counties, especially along the poorest areas, so that these issues of substance and falsified medicine are mitigated. So we need financial resources, because without finance, you cannot move forward. So that's the fundamental challenge we have currently.
Varflay, let me add up. We talk about the lab, the modern quality control lab that we are building now. We need money for that. We need money to complete that. And it will be very important to the region. So this lab will serve Africa, Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia.
Wow.
So we really need funding to complete that project.
So, for example, you see, even in the work of little financial challenges, right? You can see the little tangibles that we have done. So, what more than, when we have sustainable collaboration in terms of fundings for international partners, we'll do extremely well, we'll do well. A level of managing director should want for elementary office to be established in each of the 17 districts in Moscow County, so to speak.
Right.
Okay, so
Mr. Tama, let's take calls. Let's hear from our listeners. Call us on 080514096 because we don't have time. 080514096, 077058186. If you have some concerns, 080514096 and. But you can be.
So I was just looking at the challenges that we face in the rural area. Okay, one is
we'll come back to you. Let's take this call quickly. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Seems let's hear from this person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yes, this is Susan calling from Johnson Hill.
Yeah, let's hear you quickly.
Yes, I just want to say thank you to my boys in studio. They have explained extremely well.
Okay. Hello. Seems we lost her. Anyway, we can take one more call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Moses Ketuba, and I call from the United Western Community 18th Street.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, thank you. I want to know when these funds are imposed on people, where do they go and pay the money?
Okay. Thank you very much for your concern. Morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead.
I call for Otto Kawe. The issue I have with residents is that I'm receiving no Malian selling the related in the street, and other guys selling those traditional medicine in town, but they can't arrest them. It's only like the poor Nigerians that just say around, then they can arrest. Are they different from us?
Okay. Those selling traditional medicines. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. Quickly, go ahead.
That's a Christian from Kawa.
Go ahead quickly.
Yeah, I think it's good taking this guy from the streets, but the pharmacy both who have to do well, because most of them the pay structures they are not up to standards. You go some of these pharmacies they don't even see a light bulb before I or something like or AC or stuff.
Okay. Thank you very much. So again, they address the issue number one. Those selling on the street, are they different from those selling traditional medicines?
Okay, I will address that because I have been very engaged with it along with the inspectorate. There is the Labour Medicine Health Product Regulatory Authority. We regulate both medicine like pharmaceutical and health products. So those selling or those health or like you say traditional medicines, they are no different from those selling in the bucket. As we are about to complete the ultra modern quality control lab, traditional medicine will also be fully tested. Therefore, it is not advisable that people sell traditional medicine in the street. So we have arrested them and we continue to arrest them too. Because sometimes they over quantify what you should take. And obviously when you take it, it has ingredients in it that might destroy your liver or so. So we've discouraged it, even in our jingles, we've discouraged it. We don't allow people selling traditional medicine. Pharmaceutical we expound on it. Then another person says something about fines. The fines are paid to MHRA account because once we fine you, because you have to come to the office for investigation, and you can challenge. The good thing about it, you can challenge the investigation at the level of even the court if you feel they certify after absorbing all our policies. If you feel they certify, you can go to court. So the fines are actually or pay at elementary account. But for the caller, we arrest everybody. Once you sell it in a bucket, you sell traditional medicine, you're not supposed to do it. It is against the law of the LMHRA.
Okay, Abi, that will be your parting comments. I will come to you, Mark, before. Yeah, your parting comments.
Okay, yeah. So thank you so very kindly. I mean, Varflay, it was a pleasure to have this very magnificent conversation. But one thing I have to say, to curtail and mitigate the proliferation of fake drugs in Liberia, especially on our market, the breeding actually should also last on the shoulder of the public. What do I mean? I mean, the day will start to discourage these guys by means of not buying from them. By means of not buying from them, it means the issue of drugs being sold on the market table, in the bag, will be curtailed. You want to buy your medicines, go in the pharmacy or a well-decorated or medicine store. But that will also help the LMHRA to be able to curtail. But we are doing extremely well and we'll continue to do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Tamba.
So the work that we do is integrity work and it's a professional work. We do it diligently and more efficiently to save the public. We are calling on our people, if you want to sell medicines, put it in the shop. Don't go out in the street. And the LDA officers are interfering most of the time with our work. We are also calling on them. We have been holding series of meetings with the boss and they've been talking to these officers. Okay, they are dealing with drugs and we are dealing with medicines.
Thank you very much. Momo Sion.
Yeah, I like the news to say thanks to our partners, that is US, USA, and Global Fund, even the Lebanon government. We hold get more support to the LMHRA.
Thank you very much. Well, out of time, my name is Varflay